Hello everyone. On this channel, I feel that information about what is happening in China is often not correctly conveyed to countries other than China, so I will be disseminating the information I have gathered in English. I'm getting information from multiple media, so I'd be happy if you could comment on the content of the video. Also, English is not my native language, so I use an AI speaker to create the voice to convey the information correctly. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel and support us. This time, I would like to talk about the declining birth rate and aging population in China. Fewer people are getting married in China today. Also, more and more people are getting divorced after getting married. I'll let you know what I find in the article. It is an article on June 12, but the number of marriage registrations in China has again reached a record low. The number of people getting married in China has been declining for some time, but the trend is unstoppable. Not only is the number of people getting married decreasing, but it is also progressing to late marriage. The age of people getting married is increasing. The same can be said for Japan, but China has been implementing a one-child policy for a long time, so we are facing a declining birth rate in an aging society that mankind has never experienced before. If we don't increase the number of children now, there is no doubt that society will collapse. In order to have more children, more people will need to get married, but the current trend is likely to continue and China as a whole is likely to decline. Theoretically, even if the number of young people decreases, we can cope with it if the productivity per person improves. However, in the case of China, it is difficult to solve this problem by improving productivity. Improving productivity means that 50 people will do the work that 100 people used to do. This means that even if the population declines, it will be okay, but in China today, there is a problem that young people cannot find jobs even after graduating from university. In other words, the problem with the Chinese economy is not the skewed demographics by age, but the lack of wealth generated by working people. In other words, the problem is not so much that the population of young people is too small, but that the economic wealth created by young people working is not enough to support the lives of the elderly. And in China today, there is no place for people of the working generation to work. Considering the improvement of productivity in such a situation, the wealth generated by working people not only supports the elderly, but also supports the lives of those who are unable to find work. Is not. Therefore, even if productivity is improved, it is unlikely that there will be any improvement in a situation where there are a large number of unemployed people. As an aside, in China today, the number of people getting married is decreasing, and at the same time, people are getting married later. By the way, according to figures released by Chinese media, the average age of people getting married in several parts of China seems to be over 30 years old. 30 is a tricky number. The average age is 30, but in reality, the average age of first marriage is less than 30. In other words, there are a considerable number of people in China who remarry. However, because there are many divorces, I think that there are many people who remarry. By the way, it is said that people are getting married later in China these days. Late marriage means getting married at a certain age, such as 30 or 40 years old, but I think many people have a cautious attitude toward marriage. And there are many cases of divorce due to the fact that it was not good after all after marriage. Is it men or women who are afraid of divorce? As a general idea, I think it is the wife who is afraid of divorce. Even if one party cuts out the divorce, it will be a trial if the discussion is not settled. 70% of the people who apply for divorce to the court are women. In China, women are more likely to start divorce when they say, "Let's get a divorce," and then say, "Wait a minute." We can see from the numbers that divorce in China hurts men more than men. From the numbers, it means that divorce is overwhelmingly cut out from women. Specifically, when it comes to what kind of damage there is, if you get divorced, men will be seen as negative in social evaluation. It may be common all over the world, but it is speculated that the man was having an affair or that there was domestic violence, and the woman could not stand it and was divorced. Women see that their husbands were worse than men, so in terms of social evaluation, the damage caused by divorce is greater for men. However, social evaluation is also related to the person's insensitivity. It doesn't matter to people who don't care about social evaluation. It seems that the economic damage is economically easier for women to get divorced. The reason is that in China it is common for two people to work. In the case of Japan, women often work part-time, so I think there are still many cases where there is a large income gap compared to men. In the case of China, men and women often work at the same level, so it is assumed that there is not much income disparity between men and women. However, if you are married, including the money earned by the woman, the reality is that the man actually controls the money. In many cases like that, women earn their own money, but men take the initiative in how to spend that money. So if you divorce, you can use the money you earn yourself, so divorce will increase the degree of economic freedom for women. For men, it's the opposite. If you are married, you can take the initiative and decide how to use the money you earn and the money earned by the woman. However, if you get divorced, you can only use it within the scope of your earnings, so it will actually be a minus. In fact, among married couples in China, it is overwhelmingly the men who do not want to divorce. Divorce applications are also overwhelmingly filed by women. Shanghai and other advanced regions may be different, but in rural areas of China, male dominance exists. It depends on the region, but depending on the place, the idea that women should listen to men still exists. That's all for now. See you next time.